Hello, I'm ArchieLuxury and welcome to the ArchieLuxury channel, and today I want to show you some amazing footage. This is footage captured on my recent approach to Brisbane. This is Brisbane. This is wonderful Brisbane, and the aircraft is coming from the Gold Coast, and he's coming into Brisbane Airport. And the Brisbane domestic and international airport are side by side to each other, so there's the same view. This is actually a domestic flight. I'm flying in a Jetstar A320 with Shitstar, and I'm just coming in to Brisbane. This is a flight which is this was shot about midday. This is a flight from Sydney to Brisbane, and the skies were quite clear. You don't want it too sunny, otherwise it's very glary. You don't want it too dark, otherwise it's too dark. But this just seemed to had the almost perfect lighting, and also had the almost perfect just the most almost perfect seat on the plane to take this footage. And you've got to be on the right side of the plane. You've got to pick the right depending on which route he's flying in by. So many variables, so it's very, very hard to get really great footage. And I was quite stunned. I just put the camera on, and off we go there. So it was quite a interesting feat to be able to get footage. This is footage on the approach to Brisbane. Brisbane is the capital city of Queensland. This is in the country Australia. Very, very big area. Very big area Australia is. It's got a population 24 million odd people, and as you can see, a lot of empty land there. Mind you wouldn't think it was empty land judging by the real estate prices in Brisbane. Brisbane is a very expensive place to live. Not as bad as Sydney or Melbourne, but still fairly aggressive there. This is quite a average housing price in Brisbane is about $500,000 Aussie dollars, and it's about one Aussie dollar is 75 US cents. So it's pretty expensive. You do the conversion, it's still 400,000 US dollars for a very average house in Brisbane. It's called Brisbane, but a lot of foreigners pronounce it Brisbane. On the ArchieLuxury channel, I'm a bit of a comedian, and I like to mispronounce all my I like to mispronounce as many things as possible, and I affectionately call Brisbane. It's also known as Las Vegas, Bris Vegas, because of its lack of nightlife and just things like that there. But it's quite a lovely part of land here, quite a lovely spot coming in from the Gold Coast. A lot of canals here. We see a lot of this is I think it's Raby Bay, or the Redcliffe, or the canal sort of suburbs you can see below, and it's quite interesting. This water certainly looks very, very tempting. You could almost put your hand out and touch it. If Jetstar was flying any lower, we might be able to touch it. But it's quite fantastic conditions to see this beautiful. We'll see if we can see any whales from the air. But quite fascinating to just see Brisbane itself there. It's how would you put it? It's a semi-tropical type of place. Temperature is quite a bit hotter than Melbourne and Sydney because we're moving up towards the equator. North Queensland, which has Cairns, that's quite considerably warmer and more humid. But Brisbane itself there is an interesting place to be. You can see the city in the distance. If you look for those concentration of skyscrapers, Brisbane's pretty small in size, about the size of North Sydney. If you're an Aussie, it's about the size. Brisbane City is sort of the size of North Sydney. It's a cozy place to live. I've known it as home. It's always been home to Archibald Chesterfield III. I'm an international YouTube celebrity, so I've been to many places. I've been to all around Australia, Melbourne, Sydney. I've been to Hobart. I've been to Perth. I've been up north. I've been overseas, all the different countries, but I still like to call Brisbane home. Now they've really made it a campaign. Australia's latest world city. I think it's a bit of bullshit myself there. I don't think Brisbane is really world city status. I mean, on a Thursday night in the city, the shops are closed. Even late night shopping on a Friday night, your department store stays open till 9 o'clock. Big whoopee-doo. Big whoopee-doo indeed. It's really a provincial sort of place here. Brisbane itself, the economy sort of boomed with the resources boom. We have a lot of coal and natural resources in Queensland. The other state with an abundance of natural resources was Perth. And Perth has really had the dick. Perth property prices have fallen considerably from the nasty craziness that was Perth. And this is something to be reflected there. Brisbane itself has got a lot of potential there. It's a nice, safe. A lot of Asian investors like to invest here, and we welcome them. I'm a property investor. I want you buggers buying up big time. I want you people buying up big time. And actually, I don't quite own the property. I used to own the property. That's sort of days gone by, I'm afraid. But that's how it goes there. Brisbane itself there, it's got a lot of potential. It's a nice sort of place there. Bit expensive. Average wage in Australia now is about $75,000 a year. $75,000 a year. That ain't chicken feed. Australia is a relatively high tax place. We've got quite high income taxes. Our goods and services tax is actually 10%. It's known as the GST, goods and services tax. It's like the English VAT, the VAT, and Brisbane itself here, they don't let you go. Airport price is very expensive. It's quite the taxis, thank God for Uber. Uber's actually been the saving grace in Brisbane itself there. Thank God for Uber. It's a relatively high cost city to live in. It is a beautiful place. I mean, clean air. You've got natural, it is not pollution issues like some countries have. But jobs are a little bit in short supply. And it's how would you put it? It's bloody expensive. Australia is a bloody expensive place to come to. And I mean, if you're a tourist, you can get a lot of bang per buck in other places. I'm sorry to say this. I want to be truthful and honest. I mean, Brisbane is nice, but would you really come here? There's it's just an overpriced Western world town, isn't it? It's like any other Western world town. It's not really world class. It's sort of just overpriced. That's probably the best way to say it there. But Brisbane itself, it's been my home. I was born in Brisbane. I lived overseas in Asia for a couple years, but I keep coming back. I'm a sucker for punishment. But this is Brisbane, and I hope you've enjoyed this magnificent footage I shot on my way to Brisbane in a Jetstar Airbus A320. Thank you, and keep watching the ArchieLuxury travel channel for more exciting videos like this.